Hey guys, I wanted to put together a quick tutorial to help you start using MyFitnessPal to track and journal your food. This is something that is usually step two when I coach people. I always want to get people used to following a program without, the minutia of tracking it in a device or journaling it. And usually when I give people a specific plan, they're pretty good about following it. And then they, once they think they have it, they continue on their own journey, implementing the things that they've learned. And sometimes they hit a plateau. And that's when we need to take a step back and say, let's just take a look at it. Okay. You say you're doing everything right. Why don't we track it? Let's just make sure, are you really doing everything right? And that's where I suggest people using MyFitnessPal. It's a great way to journal without actually writing it down. And sometimes you can write it down, but it still does not visually give you what you need to see as far as hitting your macronutrients, right? So what I'm going to suggest everybody do is to download MyFitnessPal app. It looks like that right there, right? So it's a little guy. So you can download that app, go to the App Store, download it. And I'm going to show you what it will do is it will have you set up an account. And it's going to ask you specific questions like your name, your age, your weight, how many pounds do you want to lose? And it's going to generate calories and its own macros for you. Macros meaning proteins, carbs, and fats. For this purpose, I'm going to say ignore what it generates. Okay, this is a good device for tracking these things and we can get very specific. But for right now, ignore what they say because a lot of times I don't agree with the calories that it will indicate for you. So I'm going to say just ignore that, but go ahead and complete the form, fill it out so that you can actually start using this device. Okay. When you have it all completed and the program is set up and it's ready for you, you're going to go to the main page. And when you click on it, it looks like this. And this is actually kind of like a news feed that you would get on Facebook. It has some great articles, great information, great videos, workouts, etc. It's a great resource for things. So, go ahead and take advantage and use that. On the very bottom, there is home, diary, a plus sign, progress, and more. For this training purpose, we are just going to focus in on diary. So you can go ahead and select diary. And at that point, you're going to see my goal has 1,400 calories at the top. I don't eat 1,400 calories. I eat like 1,600. So I kind of ignore what it gives me. But it says breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks. So this is where I'm going to start journaling things. So right underneath breakfast, it says add food. So I'm going to click on it and it has a whole list of things based on my history because I use MyFitnessPal. So it has my history already in there. But I'm going to go to the very top bar and that's where you're going to go. And you're going to type in whatever it is you ate for breakfast. For me, I ate oatmeal. So old-fashioned oatmeals is the first thing that popped up because I consistently use this. So it came up as oatmeal, old-fashioned, 150 calories. I'm going to click the check mark over in the corner there, and it added it to my breakfast. Done. Now the next thing is I added protein. So I'm going to type ID Life, and yes, these products are in here, ID Life chocolate shake. It popped up. It came up, so I'm going to go ahead and click the check mark. It added it in there. I also had Kirkland peanut butter, so I'm adding that in there. And then the last thing, I had some mixed berries. So I'm going to add the mixed berries in. And again, it's going to come up like that. Mixed berries, 70 calories. I'm going to hit the check mark in the top. So what you'll see right there is for my calories, 383 for breakfast, which is fine. And I think that's okay. Again, I'm not concerned with calories. And this is where I want you guys to get familiar. Well, it's not going to let me do it. There we go. If you start scrolling, you can scroll to the bottom and see where it says complete diary, notes, and nutrition. I'm going to click on nutrition right there, and it takes you to that macro page. And that's where I am concerned with seeing everybody's macronutrients. Okay, so when we look at that, it shows that I had 30 grams of protein for the day, right? And I had, what, 6 grams of fat, which is great. And I had 49 grams of carbohydrates. I usually recommend about 30 grams of carbohydrates for breakfast, but I'm over and that's okay. I worked out. Carbohydrates are energy. Absolutely fine. I'm more concerned about protein, and I hit my target. My target is 20 grams per meal. I got in 30 grams. Bonus. So that is what I'm interested in seeing. So for you guys, and for this example, again, can we see it right there? I would go in and start using this tool just to track and journal your food so that you can visually see, are you hitting your macros? You might think you are, but you're not. So go ahead and try this out. If you have any questions or comments or concerns, reach out to me. But I think this is a really good resource for you to visually see what we're talking about when we're telling you to eat the correct macros. It's the correct protein, it's the correct carbohydrates, and it's the correct fat. And you can usually see if you're eating too much of one and not enough of another. And 9 times out of 10, people, when they hit a plateau or they're struggling with weight loss, it's one of two things. One, they usually aren't eating enough calories. And sometimes they follow MyFitnessPal and if they don't eat enough calories. And the second thing is they don't eat enough protein. All right. So I hope that helps. Let me know if you have any questions, comments, or concerns. Have a great day.